Welcome everyone. Thanks for coming. We have Ruben Amorim and Diogo Dallo. Please identify who your question is for. Okay, let's go. Who wants to start? Simon. If you just wait for the microphone.
Hello. Hi, Ruben. Kobe's in the travelling squad. How good is it to have him back with the group? And can he start tomorrow? Is he fit enough for that, or is it a player they're going to have to be careful with?
No, in this moment we have to be careful with Kobe. He had some games out, so we have to be careful with his fitness. We are really happy to have more options, and the option like Kobe Maino, with the quality that he has, he can play in different positions. He's already played as a 6, as an 8, as a 10. So we are really pleased to have Kobe Maino, but we have to be careful, and we need Kobe Maino fit and fresh.
Things are obviously improving on the injury front, but Matthias is out, Toby's out. Can you provide an update on their situations?
Yeah, Mate has a problem in his foot. We are trying to assess. We still don't have the data that he can return. Toby has a small issue in his legs, so we hope to have him in a few weeks.
Jamie.
Hi, Ruben. Just going back to Kobe, you mentioned there you played him as a 10, for example. He started for England in the Euro finals as a sort of central midfielder. Can he play there properly for Manchester United, in your opinion? Do you view him as being able to play that position?
Yeah, he can play. I think in England sometimes they play with 3 defenders also. It was more or less the same position, so he can play. Of course, we need to help him, and we need to find like a little bit like Casemiro in this moment is playing better because we are understanding better the way Casemiro can play, and I think we can do that with Kobe because he has a lot of qualities. He's really good on the ball, but he also really good near the opponent's box. So we'll try to manage all that, to try to find the right space for a player like Kobe.
So I fully accept he's a young, he's still a very young player, but having started for England in that final and done very well last season, when you say you need to help him, in which way exactly? Because he seems already, very good.
Yeah, but I think that is also a little bit the problem. When I see Kobe Maino, I see a lot of talent, but in the way I see it, I could be wrong. That's for sure. I see some things that Kobe Maino has to improve. The pace during the game. He has qualities that we can use it. Like I said, in build-up, he needs to improve. Near the box, he has a lot of talent, and that's why I think he did a very good game in the Europa League in that position. So, when I see Kobe Maino, I see not as a full player in the moment because he's 19. And if I say to Kobe, no, you are done, you are the final player, I think I'm not helping Kobe. That's all.
Diogo, you've been consistently available, injury-free for Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo has also name-dropped you as a player who he thinks a United player can reach the top of his game. What behaviours and what routines do you use to stay consistent, and do you try and teach these to the younger players who are coming into a busy schedule and big intensities in the game?
I would say I started to become a little bit more obsessed about being available. I think that's the first step for you to be able to play, is being available. Obviously through some problems that I had during the first year, especially here at Man United, the first few seasons. That's why I had this mind switch a little bit in terms of being available physically. And then obviously I become a little bit more obsessed. Having Cristiano as a teammate helped me to understand a little bit more and try to know my body a little bit more and try to do the things a little bit more consistently. And then obviously with game time, with having more confidence in your game and playing more games, I think that becomes like a snowball. But overall, I try always to help my teammates. What I say all the time is that sometimes what can work for me cannot work for their teammate, because every person and every human being is individual. But overall, I try always to do whatever I can for me to be able physically, and then it's up to the manager to decide if I play or not.
And then, Ruben, to you, Altay Bayindiri is back available for selection. He had started Europa League game under you, done very well. Would you expect him to come back in to play in the Europa League games?
We'll see. Tomorrow he's going to play Onana. And Altay is returning now, so we have three top goalkeepers that are ready to play.
And just on the Onana starting, as you've just revealed, obviously we've seen the comments between Matic and Andre Onana. How do you think that will affect the game tomorrow? Do you think it adds anything to it?
I think tomorrow will not matter. I think if you see the full quote of Andre Onana, is quite different. The first sentence is Lyon is a very, very good team. So I think sometimes the players don't listen, or the coaches don't listen the full quote, and sometimes it's just a misunderstanding. And I know Matic also. He's a great guy. So tomorrow is going to be a normal game.
Mr. Amorim, after you defeated Real Sociedad, you made mention of the physicality that was necessary to do that, and you also said that Lyon would be a very different physical prospect. Could you elaborate a little bit more? How do you go into this mindset knowing you need to attack this team in a different way than you did in the previous round?
Yes, if you look, in that department it's quite simple. If you look the team of Lyon, they are stronger, faster and bigger than Real Sociedad. They play a different football, but they have, since Paulo Fonseca is here, they are winning most of the games. They are scoring more goals. They are suffering a few number of goals. So it's a strong team physically, but they have a type of game that is really based on possession. So it's going to be a different game, and you feel it against Real Sociedad. Sometimes you make a lot of runs with Rasmus, with Josh. To do that against this team is going to be harder to do it all the time, and we have to arrange other ways to win the game.
Mr. Dallo, are you ready for that rearrangement, making those runs differently?
Yeah, I'm always ready for every scenario. I think for you to be able now to go through in this competition, obviously games get more difficult, and at this stage you have to be ready to every scenario. Obviously we prepared well the game, and tomorrow I think if we're sharp in our minds physically, I think we can make a very good game.
Ruben, Nemanja had some very nice quotes about you, what you were like as a teammate, and how he thinks some of your strengths then have helped you in coaching. He said you were the most optimistic guy in the dressing room, regardless of what the situation was. Have you carried that trait into coaching?
That is clear. I'm always saying that we are going to win the Premier League, so you can see it that I'm really optimist. So I think it's something that you're born with that. You cannot change. You cannot fake it. You can fake it for a while, but through your life, you are who you are, and I'm like that. So I'm seeing things in the positive way. Sometimes I get a little bit frustrated, but it's a characteristic that, like any other.
And then with Onana and Matic, you know them both really well. Onana on Sunday, it didn't seem like he was coming from a place of disrespect. He was being optimistic. He was being quite positive because this is a huge game for United, and he was just on the front foot about it. And Nemanja has obviously read it the wrong way and reacted very harshly. How will Andre be feeling hearing comments like that?
It's really hard. It's really hard to deal with that, and that is for sure. And again, if you look to all the quotes, you cannot see disrespect there. Just respect, but trying to give confidence and to show confidence in his team, especially in this year, so everybody can talk bad things about Manchester United. Sometimes our group, as a player, as a coach, as a staff, has to show some confidence in our team. So I think that's all. And again, I know really well Nemanja Matic and how good guy he is. So he hears some things by half, not the whole story. So that for me is clear in this situation.
Hello, sir. I'm Noah from Ziggo Sport Netherlands. Question to the coach. Could you tell us a bit about the importance of this league for your squad, as it also might be the only possibility for United to gain European football next season?
It's really important in all aspects. The first one is to win a title, especially an European title. In this season, in this context, winning something like that is massive for us, for our confidence. And then to the future, to the next season. To play Champions League in our club is completely different. The environment, the way we are going to face the summer, the budget for the summer, everything is connected with this competition. And we know that pressure, but again, it's not the biggest problem in Manchester United. And we have another strengths to get this in the right way without Champions League next year. But of course, if we are here, we will try to win.
And I also wanted to ask you about the development of Joshua Zirkzee. How are you looking at that, and how is he doing?
I think he's improving in all aspects. I think he needs to be more selfish, and that is a thing that when you play as a striker, he's not the typical striker, but he has to be more selfish. He's more aggressive now. He works better now. He's defending better now. He's connecting quite well. He played as a striker in some games, especially against Arsenal. He did really well, and then in some games against Real Sociedad he played more as a 10, so he can adapt in different situations. So I see it in that Josh is improving and is showing good things. Thank you.
Last two, Pete.
Question for Diogo. There's been a lot has been said about the lack of intensity in the derby on Sunday. Have you noticed a pick-up in intensity this week ahead of a crucial game, or has it been the same as it always has?
I mean, I can tell you straight away that it was a really intense game. I was on the pitch, I run a lot, and my teammates run a lot. We fought really hard to be competitive that game. I think everybody in the stadium felt that we wanted to win the game. And I think we were really competitive. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. You might like the type of game that was. You might have preferred that the game was a little bit more open. But if you ask Man City players and if you ask Man United players, I'm sure that everybody was with the right approach and right intensity to win the game. But at the same time, both teams respected each other a lot in terms of knowing that a little mistake, a little detail could define the game. And we were really aware that any slight inch of the pitch that we could give to Man City, they could score a goal and they can win the game. So we were very compact as a team. I think it was something that we've been improving a lot. We created enough, I think, to win the game. In the end, I understand as a fan that you watch a Man City, Man United winning 0-0 is not the same as a result with more goals. Obviously, everybody wants to see goals. But I would say that I felt inside the pitch, the game was really intense, and we did everything to win. In the end, it was a draw. It's part of football.
Last question, Rob.
Hi, Ruben. Obviously, since you've come in, the results in the Europa League have been a lot better than perhaps they have been in the Premier League. Because you're asking the players to change the way they play a little bit, do you think they're finding it easier to play in the Europa League games, possibly because it's less intense or it's not as physical, and it's easier for them to kind of follow these new instructions that you're giving them?
No, I think it's not nothing tactical. I truly believe it's the pace of the game, the physicality of the game, and you have, guys, we have the best league in the world. Sometimes the games, you don't see a lot of intensity, but I can guarantee you that compares to some games that we had in the Europa League, and I have the data to talk about it, is completely different. And if you have one more second to think with the ball, it's a different game. So until now, I don't know the game tomorrow, but until now, I felt a difference when we play Europa League and when we play any Premier League game. So that small space of time can give us an advantage to play better.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.